Hey everybody, this is Jim and I'm with Song Tripping, and I'm back continuing my series of reviews of the Grant's Christmas albums. A Very Merry Christmas, and we are up to volume 4. Love the cover on this one, and there's a great set of artists to share with you. Here's the back cover, and we're going to take these on a track by track basis, and I'll give you quick thumbnail reviews of them. Let me show you what the label looks like. We're still on the Columbia Special Products label, and there's some interesting obscure tracks on this one and lots of famous material. So let's get right down to business. We start side 1 with Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet. We start in fine fashion with their number, That Holiday Feeling. Could an album start on a more festive, saucy note? I don't think so. It's flirty, it's sexy. There's great romantic chemistry between Steve and Edie. They're just having like a gay old time with this song. Even my little kid mind, when I would listen to this every year, I could grasp what was going on, and the flirting that was happening. I loved every second of it, and it's just like a fun way to start the album. Track 2 on side 1 is Gary Puckett from Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. So they're interestingly sneaking in some pop artists onto this one. And Gary Puckett does Oh Holy Night, not a song you would think a pop star would sing, but here it is. He sounds a little bit like Johnny Mathis to me. He's got that vibrato going strong, making you dizzy. The song moves at a nice brisk pace. It's got clean production. And some of Gary's timing is interesting to me too. He sometimes sings a little bit ahead of the beat, and it's just a nice rendition of a great Christmas tune, and it's really cool to hear a young artist, young for the time, doing it. Then we go to Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops. I believe this is their first entrance into the Very Merry Christmas albums, and they're doing 2 numbers from the Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky, Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies and Dance of the Toy Flutes. And it's great. It's very condensed, and the orchestra sounds good as usual. What steals the show is that haunting Celeste sound. Really creates a lot of magic. Then we're back to another pop star. Here's Mark Lindsay, of all people, right? And he is doing What Child Is This? And it's a great Christmas song. And this is a rarity. This track, I think, might have been recorded especially for this album. I know it's hard to find, but this album is not hard to find. So if you're a Mark Lindsay fan and you want to hear him do this Christmas song, look for this. And it's probably going to cost you $1 in most stores, maybe even less. And it's worth it. He does a fine job. I like the arrangement. There's kind of a little bit of a rhythm to it, and some interesting, like an interesting horn part. And Mark singing with a lot of confidence and authority. He belongs in the company of these other artists. Some cool harpsichord and electric piano stuff going on too. Then we go to a real classic by Mel Torme, the Christmas song. He was a co-writer on this, and it's a real privilege to hear him sing it. I love the song, and I love Mel Torme. I mean, the guy was just like butter. And it's interesting if you hear him on this cover, the bridge, what he's doing with the timing is kind of interesting. Like it almost sounds out of sync with what's happening in the instrumental background, but I'm sure it's intentional. He's just kind of moving the pace forward. It's a great rendition of a classic song. And then we finish side 1 with Barbra Streisand, who had a Christmas album out at the time, and she sings The Best Gift. And The Best Gift is a wonderful love song to a baby, so it's a mother-child type song, and it's the kind of tune that you could extract out of the Christmas context, and it would still have plenty of meaning for any parent. Uh, and it's a real gem, and her articulation is spot on as usual, and she really owns the song. So it's a great one, and a nice kind of gentle way to finish out side one. Then we move to side two. So here's what our lineup for side two. We start with Johnny Cash. I heard the bells on Christmas Day. Very down to earth as usual with Johnny. He sings it direct. He really delivers the lyric with forcefulness and few embellishments, but that kind of clarifies the meaning of the song. I love it. Then we go on to Tony Bennett. Here's Tony down here. And he sings "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and this is the version with the lyric "Hang a shining star upon the highest bough" instead of "We'll have to muddle through somehow." I like the muddle through version of that tune the best, but I'm okay with the shining star on the highest bough as long as someone like Tony Bennett is singing it. This is a very string heavy cover of the song, lots of soaring strings. And Tony's distinctive phrasing is on display here. And when he ascends to the peak of the song, he's like a heat-seeking missile. He really nails his target. Then we go to Aretha Franklin. Remember, she was on Columbia before she made her fame on the Atlantic label and became known as the Queen of Soul. I don't think Columbia knew quite what to do with her. So she didn't fully mature until she got on Atlantic, but the stuff on Columbia is interesting. And this is just a fun little pop rendition of Winter Wonderland. I really like it. She sounds young, and it's just kind of a bouncy, fun holiday ditty. And it's just really enjoyable to hear her like at an early phase of her career. Then we're back to Bing Crosby with "The Secret of Christmas." Interesting song choice. It's a message song. The message simply being, we shouldn't just conduct token gifting during the holiday season. We really should act that way all year long. And Bing's crooning is sounding really good here. Like no one does that mid-vowel tilt lilt thing that he does with his voice when he phrases a song, and he just sounds great as usual. And then we go with Julie Andrews, "Silent Night." Now, Julie was in The Sound of Music, which was a film that was really popular in my household, and we had the soundtrack album. And I think her soprano sounds wonderful on "Silent Night." She's, I mean, I just wanted her to be my governess, when I was a little kid. This is a song that kind of belongs in the Austrian Alps, and she really delivers the goods with it and does a really superb version. And then we finish the album with Peter Nero, a young Peter Nero. This is a medley, instrumental. Hallelujah chorus, "Hark the herald angels sing, deck the halls, joy to the world," and then back to Hallelujah chorus. It's a lot of piano on this, and then kind of light orchestration around that, and it's really brisk. I mean, he moves through the tunes pretty quickly, but it's a nice kind of way, kind of like a coda to the album that sort of finishes it off in fine form. And they sneak in a bunch of like really famous Christmas songs, so you get that vibe. So to round up the album, I feel like the pace of the songs moves quicker on volume 4 than it does on volume 3. It's an outstanding lineup. I like the inclusion of pop artists like Gary and even Barbra Streisand, Johnny Cash, Aretha Franklin, and Mark Lindsay. It's festive. It's got just a well-balanced overall album. It's really one of the high watermarks of the Grant's Christmas series. Volume 3 and Volume 4 are right up there. These were my all-time favorites growing up. So it's well worth checking out. I like the fact that there's some obscure stuff on here that you're not going to find or as easily anywhere else. And you can find it on the cheap, because I see this one all the time in the bins too. A Very Merry Christmas, Volume 4. What are your thoughts on the album? Do you like it? What are your favorite tracks? What are your memories that you've associated with this album? Please share them in the comments. And you can, I hope you subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. And always give it that thumbs up. That always helps as well. Next time we're going to be in for some changes with Volume 5 of A Very Merry Christmas. Until next time, season's greetings. Thanks for watching.